So moving in to the Kansas City Chiefs, as I correct the Oakland Raiders to the Las Vegas Raiders. They have an over and under win total for the Chiefs at 11.5 and the strength of schedule at .502. KC opens up against Baltimore, then they have Cincy, Atlanta, the Chargers, New Orleans, and they have a bye. San Fran, Las Vegas, Tampa Bay, Denver, Buffalo, Carolina, Las Vegas, the Chargers, Cleveland, Houston, Pittsburgh, and Denver. Give me the over. I think they're winning 12 games this year.
See, I feel like it's just weird though, because I can like very much see them getting like right to 10 or 11. And then it's like they still win the Super Bowl. Like this is just like I was saying about the Ravens. Like I'm gonna go under on this, especially because also, a little underrated, but like, look, Rasheed Rice is supposed to miss a majority of the season if that ever ends up coming to fruition, which it probably will. And then on top of that, look, we know Travis Kelce's the man, but he's getting older. And a lot of younger, unproven guys in the receiving core outside of that. And yes, look, do we expect a lot from them? Yeah, we do. But if they don't end up panning out, especially this, first year, I think, you know what? Like, it's very realistic that the Chiefs could be a 10, 11 win team and still go win the Super Bowl. And again, on top of that, you have that target on your back. You're already the repeat champs. Everybody's going to give you their best every single week. With that said, I'm going to go under on this. But just like I said about the Ravens, don't come at me, Chiefs fans. You guys still very much can win the Super Bowl. You very much are still my favorite to win the Super Bowl. Regular season win totals don't mean you're going to win or lose the Super Bowl. Just, yeah. So with that being said, it's a tough strength of schedule. Give me under on the Chiefs, but they're still going to be that team.
I'll say this. I honestly believe this is going to be one of the better Chiefs seasons we've seen. I'm very confident going into the year in seeing what they can do. I do have concerns at left tackle, but I think their offense is better. I think their defense is going to be just as good. And I don't know. I feel very, very good about the Chiefs going into this year. Moving on to the Las Vegas Raiders. They have an over-under win total of 6.5 with a .512 strength of schedule. Definitely pretty hard. They have the Chargers, the Ravens, Carolina, Cleveland, Denver, Pittsburgh, the Rams, KC, Cincy, Miami, Denver again, KC, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Jags, New Orleans, Chargers. I'm going to go under. I don't know how that. I think they can get to 7 games. I think they can get to 8 games. Aiden O'Connell is your quarterback. Gardner Minshew is your quarterback. You add Brock Bowers. You add Jackson Powers-Johnson. I am optimistic for Antonio Pierce, but I need to see a full season of it.
See, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go opposite of you here again, but not by much. Like, let me be clear. I think just kind of like I said about the Broncos. I think I view the Raiders like very rigidly, like anywhere from like again, like they could go under this. Like, let me be clear. They could go under. I see them very rigidly as like a 6-win team to like a 9-win team, where like the 9 is their ceiling, the 6 is the floor. But again, just on statistics alone, then with if I view that that's the range, I'm going to go over. I think they're going to fight for AP. I think that this defense is going to play very well this whole season as they did last year, especially with the additions that that have been made. The guys that have been in the system now for a whole 2 years. I'm going to go over, but not by a lot. Like, I think they're going to be a 7-8 win team pretty rigidly. If they got to 9, I'd be surprised. But I'm going to say over on this one just because I think this team is going to play very hard for AP.
Last team in the AFC West, we have the Los Angeles Chargers with an over-under of 8.5 with a 4-7-8 strength of schedule. The Chargers open up against Las Vegas, and they have Carolina, Pittsburgh, KC, Denver, Arizona, New Orleans, Cleveland, Tennessee, Cincinnati, Baltimore, Atlanta, KC, Tampa Bay, Denver, New England, Las Vegas. I am going to go under here. I think they are an 8-win team, and I just think while I did love the Joe Alt pick, I think they're about a year away from being truly what Harbaugh and Horitz want from a roster standpoint. Obviously, they are struggling a little bit at the wide receiver position, and the running back room is just okay. I think they have to retool the offensive line a little bit on the interior. So I do think they get to 8 wins this year, but I do think they could be a candidate for 10-11 next year.
Yeah, I think they're one of these teams that ranges really far, though. Like, and what I mean by that is like, look, like, with Harbaugh coming in, it's like we know like that culture change can happen like really quick. And I could see them like really surprising a lot of people, being like a 10-11 win team, and we're like, "Oh, okay, like they're about business already." Like it's like there was no transition period, they're right into business. But I'm with you. Let me be clear. I'm with you that I view them much like a 7-8 win team this year, where they're good. Let me be clear, because I can already see the comments for them too. Like I've already seen them on the previous videos. We talked about Chargers recently. Like you guys expect the team to be good immediately. I get it, as you should, right? Like the Chargers have had a good roster for a while, or at least an above average one where the results haven't met that. But it just takes time when there's a new staff. It takes time when there's a whole new system in place. It's just I just don't see them getting over that initial hump right this year. But I can see them again if they have a surprise year. Wouldn't surprise me, but I'm leaning on what I know. I'm leaning that they're going to go under. They very well are on that surprise candidate list though, where they could shatter this and have a ha ha moment.